Okay, what's up, world? It's your boy Drew Marcy, and today's quick video is all about a question I hear all the time from up-and-coming rappers to intermediate level rappers and rappers in general who are a little bit stressed about this one thing. How do you find your unique sound? How do you find the vibe and the style that makes you stand out from other rappers? So I wanted to demystify, kind of debug some of the things you might be thinking about this phrase, this word called style, called my unique sound. How do I find my sound? And let's get into some of the common tendencies that you might be falling into and why it's something that, to be honest, you don't have to worry about that much probably right now. Now, first of all, this is the way this usually comes up, is that a rapper has been working really hard on a very specific part of their style. It might be their flow, it might be their mixing, it might be their social media promotion, but they're a little stressed, because maybe, oh man, like I didn't expect this promoting myself until I have a marketing team or until I have an A&R behind me. I didn't expect it to be this hard. Or damn, like I didn't even think I'd have to teach myself mixing. I'm an artist. I should have some kind of engineer sitting next to me. God, man, it's so difficult. And then immediately after that, or once they feel that sort of frustration, like, yeah, this is work. Like, the rap game isn't just like bottles of Ace of Spades the minute you start writing one or two hot bars. Like, once you realize it's really difficult work, that's usually when well, how do I find my unique sound? Maybe it's not the problem that I'm still working to actually be good at rapping, or maybe it's not the problem that I'm still working on how to actually promote myself so somebody in power can actually hear me. Really what it is that I don't have a unique sound. And that's usually when this question comes up, and I have to sit there and say, look, man, like the sound, your unique sound, what makes you stand out, that is a lifelong journey. That's a lifelong journey as an artist. It's a lifelong journey as a person. Like, what makes you different? Like, it changes with time. And usually the example that I use with these rappers is, Drake's sound has changed over the course of his career. I mean, the guy even says it. Don't treat me like that Drake from 4 years ago. I'm at a different place, or a higher place, or whatever he says. Like, look, the reason I started with the example of like, usually this happens, or you'll find yourself mentally asking this kind of pointless question. It's usually pretty pointless until you're already in a position to actually change your sound, meaning you're already signed, or you already have a major fan base, and now they're telling you what sound they want. But the reason it's coming up is because your brain is probably trying to avoid the meat grinding, hard, in the dirt, in the trenches aspects of rap. So the first thing in this video I want you to get out of it is check yourself. If you're stressing about your unique sound and like, how do I step away from the pack and all this kind of stuff, make sure that you're only asking this after you've done the real hard work, the real work that is required to be the kind of artist you want to be. I.e., have you done a lot of work on your social media promotion? Have you put in the hours to get those thousands of fans? I'm not talking about 100 fans. Again, a lot of the folks that I seem to be concerned with this unique sound shit only have 20, 30 fans. I'm like, even if you had this unique sound that you're looking for, it wouldn't really matter. You can totally switch it because only 40 people are checking it. Now, that's not to shit on anybody because everyone had to start somewhere. But that is to say, like, don't put the cart before the horse. Don't worry about your sound and what makes you stand out in this mean industry until you've done the work, had the number of songs you needed, maybe had a couple mixtapes, had those thousands of fans that are actually concerned about your sound. Then you can worry about that. Now, the second thing is, it's really important to remember that every single rapper and every single artist has influences that will continue through their music forever. Like, you can't listen to Eminem and not understand the influence of a Redman or the Outsiders or Dr. Dre as one of his mentors or him as one of Dre's proteges. That will always be in Eminem's music. Like, that's just the way that it is. So along with your unique sound, if the other common stress that you might be feeling is, well, maybe I'll sound too much like this person, or like I just completely like that person, and you're stressed about that, really understand that influences are always going to be there. And you can always, especially with the more music that you study, the more rappers that you study, and you listen to who they shout out and who they say their influences, you can go back and listen to those albums and really hear the influence. Jay-Z, if you listen to Big Daddy Kane, who Jay-Z is listed as an influence, you can still hear that influence to this day. So the other side of it is, don't be too afraid that you sound just like your favorite rapper, or that 5 years from now when you're on that big Grammy stage, that everyone's going to be like, he or she is a completely fake version of that. Now, the disclaimer with that second point is definitely like, a lot of y'all, especially the youngins, especially when you're starting, yes, you do sound too much like Drake. Yes, you do sound too much like Kendrick. Yes, you do sound too much like Tyler, the Creator. Like a lot of the most major rappers of this generation, you do sound like them, and you got to work on that. But a shameless plug, one way to handle that is to join my online class, the exclusive group, where we coach you directly, give you feedback directly on your tracks, and keep it real, I'll tell you if you sound like those motherfuckers too much. But another way to do it is, yes, put yourself out there. Ask your friends. A concern of mine is that I'm sounding too much like Drizzy, or I'm sounding too much like K-Dot, or whatever. Like, be willing to put yourself on the cross and put yourself out there and really ask people around you for honest feedback regarding if you sound too much like this artist or that artist. And also be willing to check yourself. Find the times in which you might be using a line from your favorite rapper and just switching around one phrase, or literally have a chorus that's the exact same as this rapper that you think about all day and you're obsessing over. So check yourself, get people to check you as well to make sure you don't fall into that pitfall. But as a general point, over time, you will begin to get your unique style. Now, the last piece of practical advice that I'll give, that I coach my rappers, my online rappers in, is be sure to be making a lot of music and being very experimental with your shit. Have an experimental mindset. As the more music you make, the more you're going to be willing and able to take experiments with style and carve out a different lane and a different niche. So one way also, just to give you guys something practical about how to get your unique sound that you're so stressed about, one really practical piece of advice is make more music so you're not so stressed about that one song. You don't have to be like one shot, one kill. You know, as a basketball player, you want to be taking a lot of shots, making a lot of passes so that those lanes are opening up and you're not stressed just about that one shot. If you're only taking one shot a game, then everything's riding on this one shot and you're trying to get perfect form. But if you're playing a full court-to-court game and really taking a lot of shots, the metaphor being making a lot of music, you're less likely to really run into those times of just doing the same shit over and over. And you will start to find your unique sound if you experiment. So experimental mindset is a practical piece of advice here, along with, of course, making a lot of music so that you're feeling more comfortable with the idea of experimenting. So with that being said, as always at the end of these videos, be sure to check out my online class if you're a serious rapper. We're cutting out folks who aren't really here to actually make music. They're just here to feel like they're actually doing something. This is real, a music making group. This is for serious hustling motherfuckers. I'm not going to be wasting your time coaching your bullshit. You shouldn't be wasting my time not making music that we can work with and get you to where you want to be. But if you're a serious MC, go check it out. If you watch my videos and you're on the fence whether you want to join, be sure to join if you really know you're about it. But if you're still hesitant and you don't know if this is the career, let's save yourself the time. Wait until you're really ready to have that hustler's mindset, and we'll take you on when you're ready. But either way, hopefully this helps you guys. Any artists out there who like to watch, get information. It's more of a theoretical video, but again, practical step. Be experimental, make a lot of music, experiment. So with that being said, I'm off for the day. It's your big homie Drew. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace.